Hello everyone, it is me, MrSneakyy, and today we're going over the full scouting guide for every new player and existing player that are looking for all the observatories on the map, as well as other scouting tips on how to play the game. So stay tuned for more, guys. Hello, so yes, we're going over scouting today. Scouting is a really important part of the game, and to be honest, it's actually a really good, efficient way the game has given it to you guys as a new player. So I'm going to go over everything on how scouting works as well, because you might be a bit like confused at first when you can't scout everything. So we're going to explain it all to you guys today. So if you do enjoy the content, smash a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I am MrSneakyy. I am an official Call of Dragons content creator. Also, there is some affiliated links in the description below, so if you want to check them out, check it out for an emulator, which is BlueStacks, that you can play it on, as well as obviously the PC client, which I'm currently playing on as well. So it's down to your preferences. I'm not gonna obviously swear which one you should pick, but obviously I do play on the PC client. I do think it's really smooth, so that's the one I'm on. So let's go over scouting, right? So when we go over scouting, we're in currently Super Server 1, as you can see, and my map is pretty exposed, and compared to a lot of players when you first come in, your map won't look like this, right? And you'll be wondering, like, how can we scout, right? So the way you can scout is pretty simple. When you first load in, you'll be in a zone which is pretty blanked out, similar to this, and you just click here, hit explore, and then you send away, right? And you can send your scouts out, and these will obviously expose this area so you can see what's going on, right? So from there, what you can do as well, which is a really important factor, is when you look at your scout building, this one right here for me, it's called a scout camp. If you click the information and hit the eye icon, the level of your scout building actually matters for a lot of reasons, because we need more scouts, right? The more scouts we have, the more we can go. So a really key note for you guys that are starting out is to try and get to a level 11 at least scout building, because you have 3 scouts then basically defogging all of the area for you, right? And that's going to be a very quick and easy mode for you. So what I'm going to do is switch over to my other account just to show you guys the scouting, just what it would look like for you, and showcase that area. And then we'll move on to some nice little tips and tricks, and then the observatories that you're going to need in the game. Okay, so one of the first things you're going to need to know when we go into scouting, before I go into any of the nitty-gritty details, you know, obviously how to scout, what you want to be looking for, the observatories and all of that, what you want to be doing is understand how the scouting system works. So when we go into the Auger Stone right here, we're going to just move over and go back. So when you first start out, the scouting area what you're in is always limited and locked to your first starting region. So when we look here, we gain at the end of indecision, which is when the bears is first done and first, you know, occupied or triggered. Once this is completed, your scouts will be now able to scout past any level 1 pass, which that means is when you, if you started in, for example, like any of the guys in server 32, if you was in the Vula and you started in here, you could scout all of your region, get it all done, get all the rewards ready, which is nice, a nice easy start. You can relax. Then you can complete your bear raid, and then once the bear raid unlocks, you're able to now scout into Sofrostia, you're able to scout Kaltia. You're then going to be scouting to the right, because then you're going to go to Daralan, and you're going to go to the Forgotten Lands, and then Zolan, and then the Burning Lands. The reason why I will be going over this at the end of the video, but this area here is locked. There's no passes allowed here. So you can't scout this way. You always have to scout clockwise or counterclockwise in one direction to fulfill that area, right? So if we go back into now the Auger Stone though, as you can see, we're going back into the end of decision. We have that level 1 pass scout unlocked now. So you're going to scout all of the ring now and discover everyone that's in the starting regions. You're going to be able to see everyone, how they position themselves, how they towards the pass, you know, how they fortified themselves. So then you're going to start fighting your way through, and then you unlock Mask of Deceit. So Massive Deceit is when the pass is actually open, so then you're going to be able to fight, which is really cool. So then you push all the way through again to now the Thunder Rock, and when Thunder Rock unlocks, this is when you can now scout the level 2 zones. So as you can see, the game slowly allows you to scout each area. It doesn't allow you to scout everything off the rip like it does in Rise of Kingdoms, so don't feel like you're pressured into doing it all in one go, which is a really good thing to do. I love feeling the fact that like I'm never pressured into doing something. It's by choice. I can, you know, choose when it's going to be done. So this is going to unlock around here, and then once this is unlocked, you're going to have a load of time to obviously start scouting your zone and then scout the other 2 zones that you want to be looking at later down the line. And then finally, when we go all the way through to where we are currently on the Beast, this is where you can scout through your level 3 pass. And then in the Unbreakable Vow, you complete your salvation, and then you hit Lightbearer, which is the dismissing of everything. So if you're a new player, no matter what, and you haven't done any of your fog, Lightbearer will demist the entire Ephrian region, and the ocean will be dispelled, it says, so you get full access to see what's going on. And then that's when your level 3 passes open up to be rallied, okay? So that is the life cycle of scouting. That's what you need to understand. You don't need to push so hard straight away. All you need to do is scout your starting region and then start getting those rewards. So let's move on into the next section, which is going to be a more in-depth side of the scouting parts. So here we are on my other account in server 32, the new server that everyone knows is the big whale server. All the YouTubers are here, including myself, but I'm only going to be scouting. We aren't playing really hard in here. We're just going to be a little spectator for the day. But as you can see, we've got a load of fog, and this is what it's going to look like for you guys, right? So what you want to be doing is obviously clicking like here and scouting away, and this scout's going to be going. You can also do some nifty tricks depending on the terrain, because this map, as you can see, there's some high ground here. If I clicked maybe here and went to explore, this might force this scout now, as you can see, to go through and actually miss different areas. So it's a really clever thing to do. Make sure you're trying to click, you know, maybe a bit round, because that allows you now to access this tile and this tile, and then, you know, you can start going this way and defogging the way you need to go, right? So as you go through, you're going to get some pop-ups. So when you go to your mail from scouting, you're going to get all these little goodies, right? And these are different goodies that you can obtain, as well as all the behemoths that are going to be in your area. They do pop up as well. So if we go to one of them, this shows you just the giant that's in the map. But if we go here now, we can click the supplies. And the supplies for scouting is a trigger that you just click, and it always grants you resources. If you go and see another supply point, hopefully, which is going to be next, maybe. We'll look in the mail if we do. But one of these supply drops is in water. So if you have a supply drop that's in water, like here, instead of resources, it always guarantees you speed ups. So if you go again, we'll go to the next one. And there we go, we'll get some more speed ups in a moment. There we are. So that's the difference between these two supply crates. So you have the water ones that always gives you speed ups, and then you've got the bag ones here that always give you resources, okay? So then we have the camps and villages. Villages are very similar to stuff in Rise of Kingdoms. You do visit it and you can speak to them. Some of them just want you to talk to them, and you can get resources or get some hero tokens, as you can see there. Some of them also require you, when you talk to them, to complete some quests. So you can obviously complete quests for them, and by completing those quests, you get some extra goodies too. There's also other villages that allow you to trade resources for some extra goodies. You know, there's different requirements for each one, so you can look at those when they get to them. But the best ones out of all these that you guys should be doing off the rip are always the camps and always the wonders, because when you find a wonder on the map, a wonder will always give you a quest line, and those quest lines will give you 4 quests. Complete them and you get some free tier 4 flying units for your race. And yes, you heard that right, you get some free tier 4 units. So as you can see here, this is why the camps are really good early game. By going to the camps early game, you can actually get a load of tech for free without wasting any speed or time or resources on it, so you can just click through. You also can get some troops. To be honest, in the early game, I actually do pick a lot of the workhorses over any of the other troops, because in the early game, it's actually very beneficial to have a high amount of workhorses that allows you to farm these tiles, because with the Earth's Grace talent, it allows you to level up those heroes as a secondary really quick. So it's a little tip for you guys in the little scout video for leveling up. So now let's go back into the main account, and we're going to go over the observatories that you guys are going to need to look forward to make your scouting experience smoother. Hello, so now we're going to go over some of the wonders as well as the observatories, because they're kind of like linked together. It's a really nice system to have in the game. So wherever you are in the starting zones, I'm going to give you all the starting zone observatories, and then we're going to move forward into the zone 2, and eventually, if I get this scouted in time during the video, we're going to do the zone 3. It's around here where I'm aiming for now. So when you're looking at your zone, if you started out in Burning Lands, so this is the zone located at the very bottom of the map. If you look up in the top right corner, you can see what the shape would look like. So this is if you're in here, you want to be going to these coordinates right now on screen. So these coordinates on screen right at the top, so if you go to X942 and Y255, or you try and save it as a bookmark or something, or even write it down on a pen and piece of paper, you know, this is going to allow you to actually do some really cool things. So in an observatory tower, what it does is when you find it, it tracks the amount of mist you've dispelled. And the reason it does that is once you've dispelled 90%, and it means dead on 90%, because you could be on 89.98, and then it'll just go to 90. And as soon as it hits 90 and you press this button on it, which is really cool, there's a button which will dispel the last 10%, so you won't have to scout the full amount. You know, it saves you a little bit of time once you've got it done. So getting these observatory towers are really good because, like I said, it shortens down the scouting experience for you, and it uncovers every little bit of inch of detail. So you can see it's nice and clean now. You don't have to worry about any random fog. It's all there. So that is the one for Burning Lands. And then that is basically the observatory tower explanation. If you're in the Zoland starting region, yours is located here. So we want to go to X1332, and your Y coordinate is 528. This will give you your observatory in Zoland. So these are going to be nice and brief now, because we just need to get the coordinates for you guys. So if you're in the Forgotten Lands, right up here in this little top section, yours is located all the way up on its little bit higher mountain, which is nice and cool. Right, look next to a chest, as you can see. So yours is at 1148 and 754. So this is the location for the zone, should have said Forgotten Lands one. So now we go up, and we're in Darrowland now. So Darrowland is the ice region, and in the ice region, your observatory tower is located right here. This is at 969 on the X, and Y is 1051, right? So now let's zoom back out. Let's go to the next area, which is Navula, and then we've got 2 more to go. So Navula's region, and where this observatory tower is located, is at 570 and 867. And if you zoom all the way out, and we go to Sophrostia, so Frostia's is located all the way back in almost the centralized of the map. This is at 240 and 635 on the Y. So we zoom out a little bit there so you can see, you know, it's right in the dead center almost. And then the last and but not least region right here is the Kaltia. So Kaltia is, as you can see, located right here. Let's zoom right in. And we're at 457 and 388. So those are all the coordinates for the observatory towers in all the outer regions. And the reason I'm telling you this is because when you first start in the game, this is the first map of the game. And the observatory towers do not move so far, and they haven't moved on any of the other servers. This has just been where they've been located so far. So it's a really fast way to get them done. And when you season reset and you go into a season merge, you're going to be able to also see these in the same location. So it's a really good way to get your map unlocked again when you reset. Obviously, they are hopefully in the works of a Season 2 map, so it's going to change completely in the next map, hopefully. And if that's the case, obviously this will be different. But until then, these are the current Observatory Tower locations on Zone 1. We've now found this little icon, so this is what will pop up when you find an observatory tower. So now if we zoom right in here, this is the Zone 3 one. So if I click activate right now on screen, you're going to see it pop up, and you're going to see it do a nice little bit of dispelling itself. There we go. So now we know this is where the observatory tower is, and when we click it, you can see we only have 33.52% completed in this area. So obviously once this is all almost done, we're able to click on here, click go, and then hit this button, which will say dispel instead of explore, right? So that is the location for the Zone 3 one. If you're wondering, we'll go back to it because we're at it, and then we'll kind of go back to Zone 2. We're working backwards, but hey ho, it is what it is. So the Zone 3 one is that 713554. So that's where you're looking for there. If you're in Zone 2 now, and you're going and you're pushing into Hollandale, the Zone 2 one in Hollandale is located right here. This is the Mist Dispelled again. You got 511 on the X, 597 on the Y. And then the second area, which is Lorcan here, you're looking right at this little nice little mountain top again, next to a beautiful chest. You're at 882 and then 715 for the Y axis. So then we go to the last but not least, which is Agoru or Agoru. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's one of the two, I believe. But that is located on this little cliff top right here at 855 and 508. So that is all of the areas, right? So that is where you're going to be going. That's the map as well. And that's how you're going to be scouting. So if you're wondering as well for map layout, which I'm going to go over at the end of the video right now, because it's a little bit tied into scouting and what you guys need to be worried for, depending on your starting zones, is obviously the location you've spawned in. So what I'm going to go over is the differences in actually the starting zones really quickly. So if you enjoyed so far the video, smash a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, guys. That's been all the scouting you're going to need. Obviously complete the scouting as fast as you can, and then go and claim all the rewards. A really quick way you can claim the rewards as well for those guys that are looking for it, you can always click this button up here. You can see your current progress. So I've almost completed 40% of the current rewards in this map. And then as you can see, we click the icon, it pops up with a new one, we hit go, and it'll go to the next one. And then we've got some gems that time, we hit go, and then we go to the next one, we've got some more resources. So as you can see, these is a nice, really efficient way of getting them done, right? And also, just to remind you guys, these scouting rewards that you just seen that I claimed, all of the ones that you saw on screen, which is the camps, the like astrology ones, all of the bags, anything like that, every season when it resets and you have to start scouting your fog again, you can reclaim all of those rewards again. So for a free-to-play player, it's absolutely massive, and it's really friendly for free-to-play players because the amount of resources and the amount of rewards you get for actually scouting every single season and getting all the rewards every single season compared to a spender that really won't be doing that is actually really beneficial for you, and it allows you to keep up in the game. So we're going to go over the map now, as I was hinting towards the end of the scouting section there. So we're going to go over the map. We're going to go and understand what's going on. So here in the map, Zone 1 is a massive ring. So you can see it goes all the way on the outer side. And you can be spawned in any of these regions, right? One of the two safest regions you can always be spawned in is going to be Burning Lands or Kaltir. The reasoning why is when you look at the map, this pass, or should I say this wall intersection right here, has no passes on. There's no way to actually cross over to the other side. This is the end game wall, basically. So either way you look at it, Kaltia could be classed as Zone 1, or Burning Lands could be classed as Zone 1. And either way you want to work, you know, counterclockwise or clockwise, it'd be like, so Frostia's 2, then 3, and then we've got 4, 5, 6, and then we have 7, right? So that's how you're going to be looking at the areas. And if you're in 1 and you want to invade 7, you do need to walk all the way around, right? So that is one thing when you're in Kaltia or Burning Lands. A really good thing is you can't get hit behind. Meaning when you are going into this pass area and your pass 1s are unlocking, you only have to worry about these 2 passes here. Compared to someone like Frostia or Navula or Daralan or any of the others, you know, Forgotten Lands and Zoland, these guys get passes on the left side and they have level 1 passes on the right sides. So they have to be careful of getting invaded on left and right flanks. Obviously they get a nice access point right here into Zone 2, as you can see. Same with the guys over here, they get a nice access point right here and here into Zone 2, which is really nice. So Frosty gains 1 right here and here. Your Navula region gains 1 here and here. So there's there's always 2 passes per, as you see, region to enter Zone 2. And then there's 2 passes here on the left side. But on the right side, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, because you've got Lorcan and you've got Agoru all coming in this side. But as you can see, it's always going into 2 passes per region, right? So you go 2 passes into Zone 2, and there's 2 passes from Zone 2 into Zone 3. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you can see there's no invading line here. The only way you can get invaded is if they come through this Zone 2 area and then come around this flank, right? That's how the World 2 map is laid out. I hope it's a nice brief understanding. I hope you guys make sense of it. It's a nice simple map, to be fair. You've got your high ground, you've got your low ground, you've got areas that like are burning lands that are more fire area based. Like you can see, here's your Wonder, which is all lava, and you can see these lava ravines, which is really cool. And then you got stuff like up here where you go into Darrowland and it's all ice and it's like snow mountains instead, so you got a beautiful landscape in that, you know, area. Or you could go to, Frosty and Navula, where it's more like the cross between. So you got like this desert and mountain line. And then you've got, like a rainforest forestry area and fields, when you come down into Frosty and Kaltia. So it's really cool that each region have their own little, areas and their own little environments and themes, if you want to call it like that. But that is everything in the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. That's everything you're going to need to know about scouting, as well as the world map. And if you need anything, check my channel out. Check the Discord out as well. The Discord does have the world map with everything you're going to need to see. Individual zones, as well as the full world map image as well, all laid out for you guys. So everything you need is in the Discord too. So if you enjoyed the video, smash a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. It's me, MrSneakyy, with another video helping you guys. So stay safe, stay sneaky, and until the next one, peace out.